You know, spring cleaning doesn't just mean dusting up the house or going through old boxes. It means cleaning out every area of your life, and that includes your finances. That's a big part of it. So all throughout this month, we're helping you out with this spring cleaning of your life. Today, financial journalist Stacey Tisdale is going to help you get back on track with those finances. Stacey, good to see you. So many people say this is a daunting task because I've got papers stacked up. I don't even know where to begin. So what's a good starting point?
The place we want to begin for all of our financial cleaning, spring, winter, summer, fall, is to really know what we're cleaning for, know what we're planning for. So really get a sense of your goals. When I talk about goals, I mean things that really want to be smart. You want to be specific. If you want to have, say, $500 in an emergency fund by the end of the year, you know at the 6-month mark you have to have $250. You want them to be measurable. Again, when you put those points in, it want to be here at this date. That gives you some time frames to work with. You also want your goals to be attainable, and reasonable. I don't want anyone getting themselves to a certain point and then failing, and you want things to be timely. If this is the year that you're going to be sending your kid to college, it might not be the year to go to Europe or something like that. But really, you want to really get a sense of what it is that you're planning for, and that's really going to give you the motivation to stick to a plan.
Well, I also like that you bring up the point, it's not just spring cleaning, it's summer, fall, winter. This is not something you should just do once a year. What's another maybe big mistake that people make when it comes to their finances?
Really not being in tune with our spending. The reasons that we spend are very complicated. I was just talking to a family who was talking about the pressure that they're feeling to get their children certain things, to send their children to this certain particular school. We really have to look at what's driving our spending. That's a big pressure for parents. A lot of us, we spend on keeping up. We're thinking that we have to have this certain thing, we have to have this kitchen gadget. A lot of us turn wants into needs. You know, something I might want this dress, I might want this opportunity, but it's not something that you need. Really getting a deep connection to what you value, what's really important. And that's when I'm talking about goals, I'm not just talking about a physical goal, wanting a television, wanting a car, really figuring out what's important to you and channeling your spending to help you achieve that.
One piece of advice I've gotten over the years is always try and have like a 6-month reserve, just in case of emergencies. Some years it's been harder to save than others, but I think it's a great rule to live by if you can. But there are other financial tips. Would you say that there's one thing that you say for our viewers would be the #1 thing they can do?
That emergency savings that you're touching on is really important. The era that we're living in now, let's just face it, it's very difficult to save money. But something like, you know, even a tire bursting or any kind of emergency, it can completely derail your financial plan. So what you're saying is about the right target. You should try to have 6 months of savings in an account to cover 6 months worth of expenses. But that number is daunting and it's frightening. So what people have to realize is this is something you can work towards, saving a little bit out of each paycheck to work towards having an emergency fund. Because then if something comes up, it's still there. You might be taking out of it a little bit, but it's still there. Emergency fund is really, really going to be the basis for sound financial planning.
Yeah, and you know, you make a great point. These days it is hard to do, but even a couple of dollars here and there, it really does grow over the years. I can attest to that because it's a hard thing to do, but so important. Stacey Tisdale, thanks for your tips. Good to see you.
You too. Thanks, Lynn.